Oh boy, here we go. I've made myself very clear that I'm greatly disappointed with this year's film releases, so it may come as a surprise that I actually liked both Karate Kid Legends and Ballerina. I don't think that they're great by any means, and they obviously aren't trying to blow anyone away, but I actually found the simplicity of both of these movies to be refreshing. Both Karate Kid and Ballerina failed at the box office, and I see that as a real shame that movies like Lilo and Stitch and Minecraft are both sitting at the top of this year's charts, and movies that are actually pretty good have gotten shafted. Like I said, I think both of these movies are just okay, but I also think that they deserved better than this. Let's get into the fun times that are Karate Kid Legends and Ballerina. Starting with Karate Kid, I was extremely confused by this movie's existence. I hopped off of Cobra Kai before it wrapped up, but from what I've heard, people liked how that show ended. So to see a new Karate Kid movie announced so soon after the ending of a long-running show like Cobra Kai, and to have another project not even a year later, seemed weird to me. From the trailers, I thought that Legends looked like it would be a generic story, but not a bad one. Yeah, that's what it is. I knew exactly where the story was going to go, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. A simple story told well can still be entertaining, and luckily this is. I was surprised by how much I liked the new characters. The main kid, Li Fong, is likable enough, and I liked the chemistry he had with Mia, and his relationship with her father was nice too. The fight scenes are a mixed bag. I'm glad they didn't shoot them like Cobra Kai's fights again. Take this with a grain of salt, but as someone who's only seen 4 seasons of Cobra Kai, I like the fight scenes in that series, but I wanted to see a new style of filmmaking for this new Karate Kid. The fights in this movie have these video gamey effects played over them, and while I can appreciate it from an editing perspective, the effects do border on being a little cheesy. I should probably mention the returning characters. Ralph Macchio returns as Daniel LaRusso because, what else is Ralph Macchio doing? As well as Jackie Chan as Mr. Han from the 2010 remake of Karate Kid. That inclusion in particular made me raise an eyebrow when I saw it in the trailer. Modern Karate Kid is no stranger to referencing its past films, but I never thought they would even mention the 2010 remake. This isn't a criticism of that decision in any way, I just thought it was an interesting detail to include. Spoilers for Ballerina and John Wick 4. Okay, on to Ballerina. In this review, you'll see me comparing this film to Furiosa Mad Max Saga. Both films are spin-offs with a female lead, both are semi-prequels, and both have a similar tagline, except unlike Furiosa, Ballerina's tagline actually means something, as John Wick is a major character with significant plot relevance. That and Ballerina uses the world of John Wick far more effectively than Furiosa utilized Mad Max's setting. I had way more fun with this movie than I thought I would. I'm not a big fan of John Wick 3 and 4. I think they're both still fine movies, but I prefer the first two way more. The moment 3 and 4 lost me was the introduction of body armor. It is a natural extension of John Wick's fight scenes, but the inclusion of body armor also made the fights last for far longer than they should. It would take like 7 shots for John to take down a single guy. Ballerina being placed earlier in the timeline because, kinda has to be, lacks the body armor, which makes each of the wonderfully creative fight scenes flow so much better and gives them a more similar feel to the first 2 movies. At first, I walked away from the movie thinking that Ana de Armas's character, the titular Ballerina, wasn't really that much of a character. But then I thought about it a little bit more and remembered that John Wick isn't much of a character. All of the characters in John Wick aren't bad, but they are very simple, with basic motivations. But that's kind of the point of the series. The appeal of John Wick isn't the characters or story, that's just there to get you to the real selling points. The fight choreography and the world building, which this movie delivers on. In summary, I thoroughly enjoyed both Karate Kid Legends and Ballerina, which makes their underwhelming performance at the box office sting a little. I'd recommend you give these movies a watch if you're a fan of either of these franchises. They aren't going to revolutionize anything, but their simple charm was something I found I was sorely missing this year. That's all I got for now. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and hit that bell icon to be notified for whenever I make a new video. The next review should be Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimic, so if you're interested in that or interested in supporting the channel more, then turn notifications and check out my other videos. Okay, that's it. Bye.